Many of you all are looking to get your record label started next year with about $10,000 and $50,000. But your looming question is this: will my investment be successful? My answer is it can be, but we got to dig into this artist a little bit more beyond I can sing, I can rap to know if it will be. And if you have no experience, you can watch my video that I made, I think 2 weeks ago, called 4 Bulletproof Ways to Start Your Own Record Label Without Any Experience. Now, right now, I know you don't have a lick of experience. You're the new investors. It's your first time at this thing, and it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel unsure. This is why you do, because you like that experience. But just always know there is experienced help for every level. However, you must consider some of these questions that we're about to go over before you press go right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and yes, I've worked with quite a few investors who were in your same shoes. They had money to invest, right? And they wanted to get this thing going really, really fast for some reason. For somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, I think that money kind of takes a front seat way ahead of the ego, and it like empowers the ego and just tugs that ego forward to say, hey, look, I know what I'm doing, baby. Let's get in and let's play. But because of that inexperience, they never really did any real, true, intelligent due diligence. Now, how do I know this? Because when I was an engineer back in the day, I would get paid to work with these investors simply because, it was my job to press record. And I really wasn't interested in whether this artist would succeed or not. I was the fly on the wall, but I did learn a common thread with these issues. This is why I'm going over this video today. My whole goal was to succeed, making $35 to $45 an hour. I could have cared less about the artist succeeding. But I actually learned that it would be imperative for this artist to succeed if I was to succeed as an engineer. And that's why we have today's video. So let's hop in. So my first set of questions here is something that really spawned the channel. I noticed that when investors were getting started, they didn't really know what they were looking at. They didn't know how the artist would actually make money. And that's your first question. See, when you're getting started and this artist is at ground zero, but you got the hot 10K to 50K to invest, you may get ready to run into a problem, because what you don't understand is at the very beginning, the return on investment does not come nearly as easy as you think it may come, or as easy as, let's say, you're investing in the merchandise side of the business. You invest in the physical product, you press it up, you sell it, you get your profit back. When you invest in the music side, it's a lot more difficult to turn a profit on the music as a brand new investor with a brand new artist with nothing, no proof of anything going on. And this is the point where many investors end up losing all of their cash, especially the new investors in the very beginning. And this brings me to my next question. Is the artist already profitable, generating cash flow, or not? As an investor, it won't be a happy day if you got to come in and get this artist off the ground and you don't have experience and they don't have experience, which means you got to go hire some help. And how are you going to find this help? You get what I'm saying? This is not a good situation to be in. This is why you need an artist that already is generating some cash flow. See, I don't like going in with an artist if there's no proof of concept. I need to at least see some guinea pig projects out. I need to see that the public does demand something from this artist and that it will work before I even think about investing in this artist. Not only that, I'm also looking at the merchandise, because if the customer is willing to go further than the music stream to spend more money with the artist, and I know that this will possibly be a good investment, at least to start at 10K for this artist. You get what I'm saying? But if they haven't reached that merchandise level where they're actually starting to sell some merch, then chances are this artist won't be primed for that high dollar investment yet. They're almost ready, but they're not ready. But they are worth an investment at this point. We just need those sample projects on the table. We need some public demand going on here. Now, if they aren't ready for that high dollar investment, but they are ready for some investment, I do suggest shooting a few micro music videos based on the songs they already have or the next project that they plan on releasing, and we'll see how that goes. And what I mean by micro music videos, just music videos for your social media content, your TikTok, your IG Reels, your YouTube Shorts, the sample videos, not the full videos, so you can see how the public is responding. Shoot quite a few of them, see how the public responds to this artist. And that way, you don't end up investing a lot of cash into this artist. We just need to see some public demand for the new music that they're releasing. And if it seems like it will work, then we can go into the next step. Now, another question we have to ask is, if we put money in, will it blow the artist up, or is the money invested just going to be utilized to test their new idea? Now, I know I kind of said some stuff on the last question, but let's focus in on this point here. Is the artist really looking just to see if something might work? I don't really like seeing if the idea might work. I mean, clearly from my last question, it has to exist. It's got to be making money. And we got to have streams with cash flow. I'm not saying we got to turn a profit yet, but the artist at least has to have streams. And you got to show me that you're generating some cash in your DistroKid account before I think about some type of investment here. Because what we want to hear from the artist is, yeah, man, I put out some projects. We're doing, a couple hundred or a few $1,000s in my DistroKid. What we really need the money for is, we need to build our website. We need to increase and optimize our website so that we can sell more merch quicker and faster and fulfill those orders quicker and faster to the fans for this new project that's coming out, because we really see that this is going to take us to the next level. Now I'm interested. There's already money. There's demand for merchandise and more product from the artist, and we need help infrastructure building. Now this makes sense for me as an investor. Now, I'm going to say this one on another video, so look out for this video coming out. But does the artist truly want you to help them grow their career, or are they looking for someone to bail them out? And this is a common place where all new investors get taken advantage of. I'm telling you, the artist who wants to be bailed out is the one that most investors lose all of their cash on, because it looks so good and the investor doesn't know or have any experience in investing in music artists. Because like I said in question 1, you don't really know how the money flows back to you, especially in the beginning. Now, you're usually going to know if this artist just wants you to bail them out if they don't have any reasons for the money. They have no reasons for the money. Yeah, that artist just really wants a check. At the end of the day, that's all they want, and they just want to sit at home and do music. And that's what's going to happen to you. Now, is this artist motivated? Are they passionate? If they aren't, this won't be a viable investment. Now, I got a video on this. I recommend you watching my video, 6 artists record labels avoid to make money, because I go into more detail about this. The thing is, if that artist is not passionate about their work, if they're not passionate about what they do, and they're really investing in it and making a great product, and this is, you don't want this. Because if you have to believe in that artist more than they believe in themselves, it's going to be terrible. You're going to waste all of your time and energy on this artist. You're going to run out of gas. I'm telling you. Now, here's the main question. Are you willing to lose your investment? Because if you're not willing to lose your money, don't do this. All right. 9 times out of 10, if it goes well, right, and you invested early at the beginning, the money will be used. The artist will come into public consciousness now, and the public will be aware of this artist, but there will always be a constant need for more money, more money, more money as they build, and your investment will get pushed further and further down. Eventually, you'll make a profit, but the profit won't be a high return on the investment, right? Because what's going to happen is the money starts to flow in, you start to get some of your money back, but by the time you get your money back, here come the labels. So you were the original financier for the record labels to come in. But now, because you were the money person, you didn't have any experience, you didn't have any help, you didn't really build any infrastructure around the artist, but you were just a money person, then the record labels were like, well, we got the money and we got infrastructure building over here. So who are you? And why are you in this mix? So the artist has to really love you. And so this puts you in between a rock and a hard place. So what you do get from this is clout. You may get a small portion of ownership, but after that, you probably will be in the way of what real record labels need to do. So you want to shore up your investments before it gets too far down the line. Because like I said, if you're not willing to lose your money, then don't do this. If you're not willing to take a short return on investment or a small return on the investment, don't do this, okay? Because it's not going to be the game for you as things begin to increase. I mean, if you want the experience to be a better investor, then by all means, let's do this. But if you're not game and gung-ho about this industry like that, you just want to turn a profit, this is probably not the best side for you, or you should probably just invest in the merchandise side of this artist's career. Now, here's a little fun fact. 10% of what the major labels invest in, 10% of the songs that they purchase for the year are the ones that actually turn a profit. And then they take the profit on that 10% and they go buy another batch of songs for the next year. That's the bet. Maybe 10 to 13% of what they have actually is the portion of songs that actually win. Think about where all these other artists fell for the year that signed to that record label. All the songs on the B-sides of the album, the deep cuts on the album, the EPs that never really got to see too much light in the day. Scale that down to an independent size and then really think about your investment. Think about, the chances of success. A 10 to 13% chance of success the artist that you're investing in will have. You get what I'm saying? Doesn't mean that they won't make money. I'm talking about having a huge success for them. So I want you to think about that. How much should you invest? Well, how much are you willing to lose? And then I want you to think about the next two questions coming up. How much will it take to turn a profit? Well, it all depends on how much it's going to take to actually produce this project or the single, right? And get all your promotional materials together. And then we got to look at how much it's going to take to actually push this thing, to promote this thing to all of the TikTokers and the IG reelers and the YouTube short people so that they can actually say, this is a pretty good song. And we're going to turn those samplers into actual listeners on Spotify and finally get them to purchase something from the artist ultimately. Once you run that number in your head, then you can ask yourself, will this actually turn a profit? Now, will you ever get your money back? At the end of the day, eventually you will get your money back if it's a good investment, okay? I didn't say turn a profit, but at least I said get your money back. But the only way you're going to do this is if you really own a portion of the intellectual property, meaning that you own a portion of the album, the EP, the single, the publishing, or something in there. Or you not only own that, but you have a portion of profits coming from the company that the artist has, meaning the LLC. I go into a little bit of detail in how you can assign yourself a portion of that LLC in chapters 4 and 11 of the 60-day record label. I don't know. I think, chapters 4 and chapter 11 of the 60-day record label. As an investor, you're going to need a company. You just don't come off the top with investing in artists. You want to actually build a company for this investment because this company is going to take on assets, as I just said, in the form of intellectual property and percentages of the artist company. And you're going to need a company for that. So I suggest you grab the 60-day record label and start building your company from the ground up so you can take this money and actually invest it in the artist properly. And the next thing is you're going to need some help with this. My door is open. You can always book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com. At the end of the tunnel, if your artist gets a little bit of success or a decent amount of success, what's going to happen is this. You'll turn a profit, you'll have more experience, more connections, more infrastructure, and systems in place to do it all again. On top of that, because you have all this stuff in place and you have more clout now, people know who you are and know what you did for this artist, you're going to have a whole line of artists trying to get to you so you can invest in them. Now you can start picking better people out of the litter. Or you can keep all your eggs in one basket and re-up into this artist again. It's your decision. But I can guarantee you this, at the dinner table, at Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever, if you say, hey, come take a ride with me, y'all go to Applebee's and get a cheap drink, you're probably going to screw yourself at the end of the day on this deal because that is not what we need to do to really execute a great deal. We don't have this type of conversation. You really have to do your due diligence before you really invest in this artist. So you should have more confidence in your investment decisions so you can come out on top like a champ. Remember, if you make music, you should always make money. Visit musicmoneymakeover.com. Music Money Makers, I'll see you next time. Peace.